Trim sheets are one of the most effective ways that you can texture your game, and they're also one of the most optimized as well. Sure, you can texture every single one of your assets individually, creating thousands of image files for your computer to process, hurting your game's performance, but why do that when you can create a handful of trim sheets, texture a huge bulk of your game with only a handful of images? Now, I've made a video on trim sheets in the past, but it's a pretty cringe video, and I figured I'd revisit this topic because trim sheets are just so good. And yes, I have braces now. Shut up. G'day guys, I forgot to mention while I was recording the video that this is based under the assumption that you already have a bit of knowledge in modeling and texturing. So this is more of a general overview on how I approach like trim sheets rather than like a step-by-step tutorial for beginners. But yeah, anyway, back to the video. A trim sheet at its core is just an image with texture strips running from left to right. Generally, they're made seamless so that they can repeat without having those nasty seams. It's not uncommon to have non-seamless chunks of textures taking up space on your trim sheet, but generally they'll just be running horizontally across your image. Now, there's a few reasons why trim sheets are so good. As mentioned before, they're highly optimized, but they're also very efficient. Now, there's obviously a bit of setup that goes into this, as creating good trim sheets can take a little bit of time, especially depending on what you're trying to achieve and what your skill level is. But once your trim sheets are made up, you're able to texture large scenes fairly quickly. Another reason why I like them is because they're great for keeping visual consistency throughout your game. Think Skyrim, a huge game with vast open world set in a fantasy Nordic era. They use trim sheets throughout their game, allowing them to maintain the same vibe across the world with the flexibility of being able to reuse their trim sheets in different ways across different assets, alleviating that copy and paste feeling. While it's fun to geek out over these sorts of things, let's take a look at how to actually make trim sheets. Well, the industry standard practice of making trim sheets is through a program called Substance Designer. I'll be using Blender and Substance Painter. A trim sheet will start with a single plane. Bring one in, flip it on its axes, and add some loop cuts. Now, every trim sheet is going to be different. Depending on what you're trying to achieve, you might have more or less loop cuts at different sizes. Now, each section of your plane is going to be a different trim. I'm going to be creating like a Mesoamerican Mayan style trim sheet for this video, but you'll want to find some good reference images on Pinterest. There's also a lot of like crazy good concept art on ArtStation, so just hunt around, find some good reference images and base your work off of that. Now, each section of this plane is going to be designated to a different texture pattern. You will simply want to design and model a pattern for each section of your sheet. The modeling that I have done for this trim sheet is fairly low poly and basic. I've just added in some bricks down the bottom, some fascias, some interesting patterns that I can use to break up the scene, and just try to be creative with it overall. A good trick that I picked up when modeling trim sheets is because you'll be baking out your trim sheet in a front-facing view, it won't pick up a lot of the depth of your models. By resizing the faces along the appropriate axes, you'll reveal the size of your objects, bringing out that depth. But this section is relatively straightforward. Just model your designs out and just keep within the bounds of that actual trim. And just be intentional with what you're trying to create. Now, you don't have to stick with low poly like I have here. The beauty of trim sheets is you can pack a ton of detail into them. You know, maybe you want something more realistic or organic looking, so you know, you can do some sculpting, you can do some subdivision modeling, anything you want to achieve the look that you're going for. At the end of the day, this is all going to be getting baked out, so even if it takes you 10 million fucking polygons to get the results that you want, it doesn't matter. As long as your computer can handle it, it's all going to be, you know, squished down to one image that can fit on a singular quad anyway. So, but I've opted in for a more low poly, sort of stylized look, nothing over the top, just some very light geometrical exaggeration in sections. Once you finish modeling your trim sheet, it's time for texturing, and personally, this is my favorite part. Now, there's many different ways that you can go about texturing your assets. You can do it all in Blender via texture painting or, you know, the Blender shader nodes, or you can download Uku Paint and use that if you prefer a more layer-based texturing approach. You can also use 3D Coat, which I personally haven't used, but I've heard it's an industry standard for texture painting. I've recently gotten into Substance Painter, so that is what I'm going to be using. It's another industry standard software, and if you're serious about texturing, I definitely recommend giving this one a go. Now, before exporting this, I'll just be assigning different colors to different areas of my trim sheet. Each color is going to represent a different material. The red section is going to be a brick material, the yellow section is going to be the trims, the green section is going to be the circles and triangles, and so on. Basically, everything that will share a material will be represented by a specific color. If I drop a plane in front of this and bake the diffusion out to that plane, I can save that image as my color ID map. I can then use this color ID map to reference the colors inside a Substance Painter so that I can apply specific materials to those specific colored areas. But once this is all done, I'll export my trim sheet and plane out as OBJ files. I'll then load the plane into Substance Painter. I want a 2K resolution. I'll import the high poly model as the high poly baked mesh, increase the frontal distance till everything is blue, and apply the necessary settings. If done correctly, all the high poly details should be baked directly onto the plane through normal maps, curvature maps, ambient occlusion, and so on. Now I'll make a folder for each material that I need, reference the appropriate color ID to the respective folder, and now you can start texturing your trim sheet. This is what I was able to come up with in a little under an hour. Now, a more experienced person can obviously create way better materials in a shorter amount of time. I'm still relatively new to this program, so I'm still trying to familiarize myself with the ins and outs of Substance Painter. Abe Leal 3D is a great channel if you want to learn Substance Painter or almost anything 3D. He's a brilliant artist with some great content. I would love to do some Substance Painter tutorials in the future. I need to become more proficient at it first though. But with the texturing done, you can just export them. My textures only consist of a color, roughness, and normal map. Yours might have more or less, depending on what you do. But with this, you can bring them over to Blender and start UV unwrapping your models to the trim sheet. Add some loop cuts where you need them, unwrap them accordingly. UV Squares is a great add-on for this. The developer put a build up for this on GitHub for free, but you can also pick it up for like 20 bucks on superhive.com. This isn't a sponsor, it's just a genuinely good tool, and I think we should support our devs who make our lives a little bit easier. But this is my final result. Is it extraordinary? No, but hopefully it gets the point across of why trim sheets are pretty cool. ArtStation has a ton of trim sheets made by industry professionals that you can go look at and study. I hope that I can someday be good enough to make something as cool as that. But that pretty much wraps up the video. As always, head over to the Discord if you want to join a community of nerds who love game dev and game art. And if you're looking for some sick retro game assets that you can use for your next project or game, be sure to use my affiliate link to buy Pizza Doggy's all-in-one Humble Bundle. Honestly, that dude is fucking goated at making assets. And join my Patreon if you want to help support me further and get cool things. All links are in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe and shit. Bye.